Gala Games is going down faster than Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic. It is sinking like the Ella Fitzgerald to the bottom of the crypto sea, and we're going to tell you why on today's Frugal BC. This involves lawsuits. This involves disrespect of some of their biggest supporters. This is what we're seeing from Gala. There's actually a new lawsuit from the Superior Games. So we're going to cover that on today's channel. By the way, if you like this kind of content, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. They help share the channel, get crypto news out there, both the good, bad, and the ugly, which is we cover it all here, and we try to give you the straight dirt on crypto. And we're going to do that today with Gala. By the way, you don't have to smash them. You can just press those buttons gently. Well, we're talking about Gala Games today, and the troubles continue on. As you know, I've done a lot of Townstar videos, and I was a big supporter of Townstar until things got bad. Basically, once the earn mechanism got turned off in town, we saw the true nature of Gala Games. We saw that the disrespect that they have for their customers, the entitlement they have, the lack of focusing on their core product. But the latest lawsuit is just mind-boggling. So let's take a look at this. I got a screen to share for you. This is posted by Gladiator of the Blue Realm. He posted another Gala lawsuit. I guess it's time for an AMA Bitbender break. We're gonna talk about Bitbender in a second. You'll see some stuff from him. If these allegations are true, Gala should uphold the agreement and settle this complaint ASAP. Our contracts with other game developers breached as well. Now, what is he talking about? This is the complaint. Plaintiff Drifter Entertainment, and to save you a little time, I'm going to tell you Drifter is the maker of the Superior game that is on Gala, which actually looked pretty good. I thought it was one of the better looking games that Gala was in development under Gala's umbrella. Obviously, that didn't go well because they are the plaintiffs in a lawsuit and 300% counsel for its complaint against defendant blockchain game partners, aka Gala Games, which we know. Okay, this is an action arising out of a breach of video game development agreement between Drifter, a small independent game developer, and Gala, a blockchain-based publisher. Pursuant to the terms of the agreement between Drifter and Gala, Gala agreed to publish, distribute, promote, and fund the development of Superior, Drifter's newest game. Gala was required to fund development through a series of milestone payments upon the receipt of a receipt of agreed upon deliverables from Drifter. Sorry, they were correct. Specifically, the contract required Gala to pay Drifter a final milestone payment of $750,000 upon delivery of a console version of Superior. So this is one of the milestones that once they delivered the game, they were supposed to get $750,000. Now remember, one of the original lawsuits was because one of the founders of Gala allegedly had used funds to buy a jet for himself. Now they don't have money to pay their developers. Very interesting. Drifter delivered to Gala a console version of Superior as required by the contract. So I didn't know this was going to be on console, but maybe I'm misinterpreting that. Maybe that just means they're not talking about like PlayStations and Xboxes. I don't really know. My understanding is most of these would be on PC, but cool that if they were going to do that. Rather than paying Drifter the final $750,000 milestone payment and publishing the game as agreed, Gala breached the contract, refused to pay, failed to publish the console version of the game, and repudiated its obligations in a series of misrepresentations and bad faith assertions. In other words, here's what we agreed to. We make a game, you publish it, and pay us this money when you publish it. And now they've changed. They decided, Gala said, nope, we're just not going to publish it. Upon information, I believe Gala has sent similarly pretextual letters to several other game developers whose agreements Gala has breached as part of a coordinated effort to avoid its obligation to developers. So they're actually saying that they're not the only ones, that other companies have received similar treatment, which is really interesting. It makes you wonder if because one of the things I noticed with Gala is there's a tendency to sell all these NFTs beforehand, and then a game just never quite gets finished. And one of the things I liked about Champions Arena is the fact that it was a finished game. I wonder if they got their payment. I wonder if that was the same deal. Be interesting to look at that. The Gladiator said, can we please focus on building and developing games instead of wasting time, resources, and money for such unnecessary situations? Of course, like in Warlord, we're going to take a look at something from him a little bit later, so stop stealing my thunder. Not the only one, by the way. Old Man Smithers had something on that too, but by the way, apparently Gala is in big trouble because hearing word about Another round of layoffs at Gala Games, the second this week. Supposedly, one of those people laid off had 6 days left before the nodes he received as part of his compensation were his to keep after 2 years. If that's true, I hope Gala Games does the right thing for you and waives those last 6 days. To all the folks who got shown the door this week, I hope you get picked up quickly. Thanks for doing your part for the company, even if it has gone off the rails lately. And it definitely has gone off the rails lately. But that's really sad. So they're laying off people. That means Gala Games is having financial troubles. Also is indicated by the fact that they're not paying their developers the agreed upon fee. Maybe if they weren't... Now remember how much they were paying on-chain gaming. It was like they were paying them like, I think it was like $250,000 a year, something like that. I had that in a previous video, and I will leave a comment below if I need to correct that, but it was a pretty significant sum, and we learned that from when those messages between Gala Games and on-chain gaming became live. Very, very interesting, because a lot of people were pretty surprised that they would pay that much. Now, I think it's perfectly fine for these companies to sponsor content, but when they're basically funding an entire channel's existence, which pretty much was the case with on-chain gaming, that's a big liability for that channel, because what happens if you make that person mad? I will just never have a single sponsor with that much power on this channel. I have a couple sponsors and I'm very thankful for them, but I'll never do that, because what happens when things go bad? And as we've seen, that's what happened with Gala. Now, look at the disrespect. I want to show you this because this is really important. This demonstrates the disrespect that Gala Games leadership has for some of its staunchest players. And this is a comment made to Dubstep Rob, who's done more than just about anybody for Gala Games. He made a guide to the game that makes this thing useful. Now, supposedly he built on some of the work that Lycan Warlord did as well, so good shout out to him as well. He is currently maintaining this database without compensation, as far as I know, and this is how they treat him. I want you to check this out. Dubstep is like the guy in Townstar. He's the one that everybody in Townstar trusts. We go to him to see his builds. Like I learned a lot about playing the games from watching his builds and recreating them, to the point where I learned the principles and then I was able to apply those. So he's probably the best thing, frankly, that Townstar has going on, and that's how they treat him. That's how they talk to him. Yeah, so great. That's lovely. And the whole thing is that basically instead of Gala, now you're going to be earning dirt. And so instead of actually earning a real coin, you're going to own this pretend coin that is not on the blockchain. I've heard supposedly in the live chat recently, they said that that is going to be converted into a real coin. But what I don't understand is, how does that solve the problem that they had all along? Because Town collapsed. Town absolutely collapsed. Like, that's the whole reason that Earn was turned off in the first place. And then supposedly they were going to go to Gala as a reward. But then now they're going to this dirt coin. By the way, renaming Townstar into Common Ground Worlds because of connection to some film that they funded through Gala Films, which nobody likes. I have not seen anybody happy about that change. They sent a survey, and let me tell you, I let them have it. Unfortunately, I filled out the survey before I saw the disrespect of Dubstep Rod. And because of this, I'm frankly done with Gala. I actually tried to dump my Gala, whatever Gala I had earned through playing the game, through the competitions, because you still could earn rewards. And I just simply can't. It actually doesn't work. It won't accept my transfer code. Why I need a transfer code, by the way, is I have no idea. Why can't I just put in my password like normal? I don't know, but they have a transfer code and it doesn't work. So the Gala's just stuck on there. So I'm out. It's like 1,200 a Gala, which is about 15 bucks maybe. So I'm out another 15 bucks, and I'm just done with Gala. At this point, I'm just done with Gala. I think this thing is going to collapse. Even if it stays open, though, it just time and time again, they don't do what they say. Because what did I tell them on their survey? I said they need to fix their core gameplay. The Townstar, right now, still has a ton of bugs that have been around for months and months. They don't get fixed. And it's probably the reason why is that they're losing staff. They can't afford staff now. That's a downward spiral. You don't recover from that, because fewer and fewer people are going to buy their NFTs because they're not delivering that core gameplay. and that's just it. You're done. You know, so no one's going to buy NFTs, so the game's going to get worse because they're not getting funding and they have to lay off more people, and eventually the whole thing just falls apart. So I'm just done with Gala Games. I'm not even playing Townstar anymore, not even for free. I don't want to support it in any way. Not after they talk to Dubstep Rob that way. Someone who has put so much effort into helping them, and that's how they treat him. I'm done. So I don't know if you guys can do what you want. I think this is probably the end. I think this is the FTX moment for Gala Games. I think they're in big trouble. I don't think they're going to survive, and I'm just not interested in it. I won't buy any of their coins. And that's it. What do you think about Gala Games? Have you played any of their games? Do you like them? Do you think they're in trouble as much as I do? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm Frugal BC. Check out this video next, whichever side it's on, and I'll see you in the future.